Welcome to the Legacy Continues podcast. I am Melinda McGahee, your host, and I appreciate you logging on and watching. We got a special treat for you today. We have, as we shared here, the legacy continues, and what exactly does that mean? Is that the Lord has done an amazing work. He, all things are possible through Him, and because of what He does here every day, He transforms lives. And we have a life that has been transformed here, and I am, and I believe as we share testimonies and what God has done, that He will do it again. And so we're gonna speak that as we speak over what the Lord has done in Tangela Richardson's life. Yeah. She's a longtime grad, and what an honor it is to have her here on our podcast today. Tangie, thank you. I appreciate you willing. I know I cherish you, and I appreciate who you are and how you have allowed God to come in. And when I think about, as a lot of times over the years, you give a tidbit, like every now and then you'll give me a little here and a little there of where you were. And I saw some of where you were, because you were rough, rough. And to see what where God has brought you has been amazing. Will you share a little bit about before, I'm going to say, before, growing up, the addiction part, and then what landed you at the Lovelady Center, and then we'll kind of go from there, because I know it's a little bit of a journey for you.
Yes, ma'am. It was a journey. In my addiction, I jumped off the porch real early at the age of 10, and it was horrible. It was. I wasn't introduced to crack. I was introduced to heroin due to my neighbor next door that was abusing me, and it just progressed through the years. It led to from like heroin to crack to teas and blues, and it was mainly come from not having nothing at home. We was poor at the time, and it was like a trusted neighbor. I go and borrow food, and it led to other things like sexual changes and stuff like that. So my mother, she raised us the best she could in a Christian home, but I wanted to help out, like go and get food and try to get to neighbors and stuff like that. So as it progressed, I got in the lifestyle,
Okay.
of getting high, prostitution, robbing, stealing, gangs, and that happened for a lot of years, jails, institutions, and after my last trip in the penitentiary, I think I went in, I started going to prison in 1994. But my last trip, it was the last trip that introduced me to the Lovelady Center. My charge was violent. I stabbed a girl and led to her death like 2-3 weeks later. But they gave me like a 25-year sentence to life. And I didn't know that I was tired at the time, but I think around 2003, 2004.
Would you say that you didn't know you were tired because it made you angry?
Well, yeah, I was bitter the whole time of all this, but I didn't understand my anger at the time. I used to think that it was just, the way I was supposed to be, just mad all the time because of the lifestyle I lived. But I really got to see myself when I was released from prison. I needed a home plan. And Sergeant Brown kept telling me about this lady at the Lovelady Center. And I kept telling him, how you going to get me a home plan and how I'm going to get out? He said, you got to trust God on this crime that I'm on. And I can't go home to my mom. And he said, Miss Brenda, you heard of the Lovelady Center? At the time, I knew.
Were you at Tutwiler during this?
I was at Tutwiler. I was in Louisiana at the time. I heard about her name.
Mom did not like Louisiana.
I heard about her at Louisiana in the roughest point of my life, and that was like 2003 and 4. But 2005, I had did something in the penitentiary that got me in lockup, and that's when I met Sergeant Brown, and he was telling me about this lady, Miss Brenda, and It was chaotic. I wasn't receiving nobody. I wasn't listening to nobody. I was angry. And he'd come to my cell every day and tell me, God want to deliver you. I said, man, you don't get from this door. Tell me God want to deliver me. And my EOS date ain't until 2025. What God gonna do for me? So he finally convinced me, after all that, to write a letter to the Lovelady Center.
Okay.
And I did. I needed a home plan for SRP. And the letter came back that I was accepted. And they released me. I got here. I remember the day he brought me to the door. It was Kate Richardson. When you walk in the door, you can see straight through the chapel.
So this was 2005 or 6?
This was in 5.
2005. Okay.
I didn't get here till like the end of 6. The end of 2006, like in August, November, around August, October, down through the end of it. And I got here and it was different. It was something that I had never, I was really tired, but I didn't expect what I was finna get. So I got here and I saw Kate Richardson. She had did a lot of time in prison, and she was handing out stuff in the chapel. And I seen Shay.
Okay.
Shay came and said, we ain't gonna have that here. And of course, there was an aggressive response, but I got here in like 2 weeks. I seen a whole shifting in my spirit because I was always told I was mad, I was angry, my face expression. But every Friday, she would come, and at that time, she was like, she'll greet us, hug us, and, you know, and she knew I was angry, but she put up with me.
Right. No, we couldn't miss you were angry. But yeah, no, I hear you.
And that's what got me, because a lot of people, when I showed that type of behavior, shunned me off. You can't stay here. But she didn't do that to me. She made me work harder. Like, the first class was like anger management. Back then, the Bishop Mother and them, they was doing a class, and I took it, and I took it, and I took it. I knew about God through my mother, but my mother was my God. Now that I've progressed in my recovery. So, to make a long story short, she loved me through a lot of stuff.
Okay.
She even tried me in apartments, on jobs. It didn't go well, but she did not let me go. Every time I messed up, never no relapse, it was always due to my anger issues. And every time she would correct me on it, take me to the book of James. I should know it. I can quote it from.
That was Mom's favorite book.
That was her book. And, you know, the one that got me is that when a man look in the mirror and that, you know, if he forget what he looks like when he walk away, you know, like being tossed and waving and stuff like that, it stuck with me.
Okay.
And 2 Corinthians 10:4-5 stuck with me. That was also about casting imaginations down, strongholds. A lot of stuff that I had.
Renewing the mind. Yeah.
A lot of stuff I had going on was a lot of mental issues, anger, pain. So she introduced me how to dig deep. And
so there was a season that it was, and I don't remember, it was like 2008 or something. You left for a little while.
I left like in 2018. I left for a while and I wound up back at the center in 2016.
Okay.
I had a little relapse.
Okay.
For one day. I got drunk on some alcohol. And I wound up back at the center.
Okay.
And you took me in, and I just came in. I was tired. I got to work. I got to the Bible. I started studying. I started working on myself. Chap got hold to me and helped me identify with a lot of my outer appearance, stuff like that. So I worked on it.
So when you came here, you allowed the Lord to start working in your life, and it's been a process. It didn't come easy, but it's been a constant process for you. And then when you said that you were sentenced to 2025, And now here we are in 2025, and you have been able to spend the past 20 years, the Lord doing a work in your life,
Yes,
and you
ma'am.
becoming new and whole. And I'd love to have you. I know you became a peer specialist. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you knew that you wanted to help others. As you help others and help keep them accountable, that helps us. Would you?
Yes, ma'am.
You agree with that?
I do. I do. It's what I liked about the Love Lady. A lot of stuff I had, the Word of God helped me with a lot of stuff.
It does it not? It helps. It helps all.
Well, that's because I wanted it to help me, especially with it was more after I found out how angry I was. It was my mental state. It was these different character defects. I had so many of them, and I get angry if you call them out. That'll let you know that it's true, because I'll get mad.
I've had so much respect for you, because then I know that over the years we've like for a while I was intimidated to like, okay, we've got Tangela, we got to deal with this, we got to deal with it. But I knew that we're not going to give up either. We had to develop this relationship where we could coach, and I think that is so important that you people become coachable. We don't give up. We're not going to give up. We're gonna. The Lord's coaching me. I'm going to coach you, and they're going to allow the Lord to do a work in your life.
Yeah, well, in this process, you've been a major, I don't know.
You better not say pain.
No, you ain't been no major pain. You've been you've been there for me silently.
Well,
You more of an action person with me than hands-on person with me. I know that you're there.
yeah.
Before I do this, I know that I got this lady in my corner.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. And I can also tell when you'll come, you'll hover. You don't come in, I got a problem, but you'll hover, and I'm like, okay, she needs a minute. She needs me for a
Yeah,
sec.
so and that keeps me more than anything. I can say, and I never thought that I'd say this. The Love Lady, through love, it said, through love and kindness have I drawn thee, and she loved me. She loved me as well as you do, but she loved me. And, she done walked me down on a walker. I mean, on
Yeah.
the scooter. And you gonna get it right. You know what I'm saying? But she never once ever not been there for me,
Well, Mom knew that we love because He first loved us.
Yes.
And she knew that she was called to love and to love as the world would some of the world would say unlovable, and we're like, no, we're all called to. He loves us, and because He loves us, we're going to choose to love. And I've seen you do that, and I've seen you allow the Lord to transform you. And I love how you are always willing to continue to work on you, and also minister and work with others. Like you want to help others. You've got a deep desire for that. And then, and it's evident in how what I see you when you went and got your peer specialist, certificate, and then when you, when you come to work and you'll like, I want to help, and it's beautiful to watch you do that. And I love how, and to me, we all need to remain coachable, and I believe that you've continued to remain coachable. You're like, I want to recognize any defects in me, and I want to become whole, and I want to allow the Lord to continue to heal. And I love how you do that. Let me share, because I know our time is dwindling. I'm going to add, I even love how you were out there and you called you called someone and said, hey, help me here. I'm a little anxious. I'm a little nervous. And I love how you're willing to do that. And so I want to make sure that no matter how long you've been clean, no matter what you've overcome, we can still allow the Lord to work in our lives, that we're not done. We're not done. And you do that. So if someone's listening, I know that when I've read your testimony before, I know I've read where like there were times where your mom wouldn't let you in the house, and there are times that you would put yourself in this position, and that you've been from the lowest place to see how the Lord has done a work in your life. Someone that's in that low place right now, what would you say to them?
I would say that find you someone that believes in you and that really wants to help you in your recovery without parallel. And when I say without parallel, that's at no cost. That's at no nothing. Just bring yourself. And if you're determined to do whatever it is that needs to be done to help you, God will do the rest. He will. You just need to come. It don't matter what's going on. If you're tired and you allow God to come in, he'll do the rest. He did it for me, so.
He does. Well, Scripture tells us he stands at the door and he knocks.
He knocks.
And that all we have to do is answer.
Okay.
And if we answer, he will come in and dine with us and us with
yeah.
him. And to me, that's where transformation is at. All things are possible through him. And what a honor and privilege it is to have watched one to love you and to be loved by you. But it is absolutely beautiful and sweet. And I just absolutely crazy about you, and I love you. Thank you so much. And I hope that no matter where you're at in life right now, that you can just if hear the door knock, hear Jesus knocking, answer the door, let him get at the table with you, and I promise you, you won't regret it. Thank you so much.